And now it's time for Inebriated History. Oops, I mean abbreviated history.
Inebriated History, NIOSA, Night in Old San Antonio. So there's this thing in San Antonio called NIOSA. That stands for Night in Old San Antonio, which is Spanish for you thought you were just stopping by for one drink, and now it's somehow midnight and you own 3 chicken-on-a-stick tickets. Anyway, NIOSA started because San Antonio wanted to celebrate its history and culture during fiesta. And somebody said, what if we turn downtown into a giant street party with food, music, dancing, and enough beer to make a middle-aged accountant buy a sombrero with blinking lights? And everyone was like, brilliant, no notes. Back in the 1930s, people wanted to preserve old San Antonio because apparently they looked around and said, you know what this city needs? More history and more opportunities to spill beer on historic buildings. So they created this event in La Villita and all the old downtown streets. The idea was simple: celebrate culture, raise money for preservation. Eat your body weight in fried food, accidentally run into your 7th grade science teacher while holding 2 giant beers and a sausage on a stick. Now, if you've never been to NIOSA, the food is completely out of control. You walk in thinking, I'll just grab one little snack. 30 minutes later, you're carrying a turkey leg, a gordita fried mushrooms, funnel cake, a baked potato, bigger than a toddler, 3 chicken-on-a-stick skewers. And somehow, a pickle in a pouch. Nobody knows why there's a pickle in a pouch. It's just there. Like taxes, or Pitbull at New Year's Eve. And the chicken-on-a-stick line, that thing has a longer wait than getting into heaven. You'll stand in line for 45 minutes, sweating through your shirt, hearing the distant sounds of Tejano music. And by the time you get to the front, you're so delirious you're like, I would die for this chicken. Then you eat it in 14 seconds. NIOSA has every kind of drink imaginable. Beer? Yes. Margaritas? Absolutely. Frozen drinks in giant plastic cups shaped like cactuses. Oh, buddy. At some point, every person at NIOSA says, this is my last drink. And then 20 minutes later, they're buying a giant neon yard-long margarita because a mariachi band started playing, and suddenly they believe they are legally required to party. There is always one guy at NIOSA wearing a Hawaiian shirt, a Fiesta Medal collection that weighs 40 pounds, a blinking hat, and sunglasses at 10:30 at night. That man has not been sober since Tuesday. He is somehow everybody's friend. Every 30 feet at NIOSA, there is a different kind of music. You'll hear mariachi Tejano country rock, a cover band absolutely destroying Sweet Caroline, and one stage where a guy with an accordion is somehow making everybody lose their minds. You'll be walking along and suddenly hear, "Don't Stop Believin'." And out of nowhere, 200 strangers are singing together like they're in a very drunk church. Meanwhile, your friend disappeared 45 minutes ago because he heard a cumbia and wandered away like a distracted golden retriever. The hardest part of NIOSA is leaving, because nobody ever leaves when they say they're going to. At 8 p.m., we're just staying an hour. At 9:30, okay, one more drink. At 11 o'clock, we can't leave yet. We haven't gone to the Irish section. At midnight, you're sitting on a curb with a turkey leg bone in one hand, a crushed beer cup in the other, and somebody's aunt is trying to explain the history of Fiesta medals to you. You nod politely because she has 6 medals, a flower crown, and the confidence of a woman who has survived 37 fiestas. In the end, NIOSA is about bringing people together. It's about history. It's about culture. It's about music. It's about community. And it's about spending $97 on food and drinks while repeatedly saying, no, this is cheaper than going to Vegas. Then the next morning, you wake up sunburned, slightly confused, with 14 ticket stubs in your pocket and half a chicken on a stick in the fridge, and you say, that was amazing. We should do it again tomorrow.
This inebriated history was, made possible with VideoGen.